finished my exams. Oh, I saw 2 results yesterday, 3 unit course. I got an A and I got an A. Look at me now. Look at me today. About to go out and enjoy a nice dinner. My makeup is done. That's because of balance. My heart is not racing. When I'm on holiday, my heart is not racing thinking about what I did last semester, thinking about what I did in the exam. Partly because I'm confident in myself when I write good stuff, when I know I deserve an A, and also when I know I've written nonsense and I I deserve a B. But that's what I'm talking about. I don't want anybody to ever tell you that you have the same 24 hours in a day as another person. Okay? I'm very privileged and I find myself very lucky. I count myself very lucky that I do not have to deal with certain burdens and different kinds of struggles in life at this young age, or at any age really. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you we have the same 24 hours in a day as a student. No. Some of us do. Some of you are taking advantage of it. But don't beat yourself up, because what you're carrying mentally, physically, emotionally is not what I'm carrying. And I just have more flexibility is possible. But aside that, I still think you can find a balance. And I think I can help you find that balance by giving you some of the tips that I have acquired, some of the tips that I have learned on how to become the perfect A student. I mean perfect, like imperfectly perfect, because you still have your ups, your downs, your struggles. That's what makes you a perfect A student, not because you're doing the most or you're trying to be something that you're not. While I pull up my tips, I just wanted to say that what made me the way I am, because I'm not shy to say that I really joined in my other school. I wasn't serious. I didn't care about school. I wasn't serious. Like, I was failing. I was a baddie with an empty brain and I didn't even care. So a lot of you wonder, like, what made me have that switch? Even me, I don't know. But the thing I would say that comes close, I transferred into my school late, and during the first practical I attended, anatomy, they were dissecting a cadaver, right? And he asked something and I couldn't answer, and he called me an olodo. He's a very funny man. In fact, he's my favorite lecturer till today, so I'm not taking it personally. Don't take it personally. That's just how he is. And it stung me that people were able to give him the answers he wanted. And I went back that day and I started reading anatomy till it became a part of me. Anatomy is like my second skin. I haven't done gross in a hot minute, in like a year now. But when I did gross, I was someone in class that he would ask every single question, and I would get every nerve, every artery, every vein, just say the word. And I'm not even capping. Like, I don't know how many of my classmates watch my videos, but then I'm not bragging, I'm not exaggerating anything. I mean, I had a few hiccups, but in fact it got to a point where he would say, what's the nerve that supplies this, and he would call my name. Like, he's asking me, because that's just how fast I was with it. I knew everything I needed to know, just because he insulted me and it struck a nerve. Oh, that's a pun. And it struck a nerve, and I didn't like that, and I said that I was going to change, and he would never ask a question in class again that I couldn't attempt. I didn't want to look stupid again. My brain just resets. And over time, there are a few things that I learned, a few things that I incorporated into my habit that made me become a better student, because I'm not the best student. The reason why I work so hard is because I really joined in my first year. I don't think I'm going to graduate with the first class, in as much as I do on my I'm in the first class right now, but I don't think it's going to end up that way for me because of how bad my first result was. So that's why I'm really trying to motivate you guys to do this shit before it's too late, because you can do it. Okay? That's a lot of talk. That's a lot of preamble. Let's get to the point. I know. The first thing, your classes and attendance. Don't go. I know you don't like classes. Nobody likes classes, okay? I don't go to classes because classes help me. There's some lecturers, obviously, you go to their class, you learn a lot. Some lecturers, I live there the same way I came. Why am I in the class? All you have to do is meet a 75% attendance. There's so many classes I can afford to miss, but I don't. Let me tell you what attendance and like attending your classes does for your lecturer. Is not for you. The road to being an A student, your lecturers have to be on your side. Okay, let me tell you why. If I got implicated in an exam hall, right? Like, I didn't come in with anything. Maybe they found a paper, some kind of expo next to me, and he said it's me. Do you know that there's a way my HOD or my dean or my lecturer will come in and I say they didn't catch me with it. It's not mine. And they will believe me because of the impression I've left on them, okay? This is not how to study. This is how to be an A student. You're trying to graduate with the best results because in uni, it's not just about your grade. It's about your character and how your teachers also view you. It's very, very important. Your lecturers hold so much power as they should because they have earned that right. But there's another person, like a trans, that could be implicated in the exam hall, and the person will say it's not mine, and it's truly not the person's own, the expo. But there's nothing the lecturer will hear because they know you as being a trans. They will say they've never seen your face in their class in their whole life, and your lecturers know. Especially if you're in a private school like mine, they keep track of these things because they find it very insulting to their person and to everything they've worked hard for, that they will hold a class and you will not attend the class because you think you're bigger than that class. You don't want to be on their bad side. It won't take anything from you to attend your classes, and you're even going to gain something. A lot of things that they say in class that are not in your notes, a lot of things that you can remember during the exam from class that are not in your notes. So it helps you. But I want you to know that before you say classes don't do anything for you, they do something. It's a psychological thing on the part of your lecturer because you don't know where you will need that good favor. You don't know where you will need that good impression of you on them. I don't know if that makes sense. So anything can happen, and you want your lecturers to be able to vouch for you because it might come a time where you find yourself in a sticky situation that's going to affect your grade as a whole, and just the word of your lecturer or somebody in charge can actually make or break how it's going to go because they trust you, because they know you as a good student. They know that you attend classes. Even if you're not an A student, they know your face, they can vouch for you. That's the point I want you to pick up from this whole class and attendance thing. That's your first step to becoming an A student. You need to leave a mark, okay, on the people that are important in your institution or establishment. I'm not saying you should be like a teacher's pet. That's not what I'm saying. Don't mix that up. The most important step: read, watch everything I said in how to study. I really, like, my tongue is paining me because I'm biting it because I want to talk about some of the points I said in that video. But that video is so good. It's even currently like doing some numbers on YouTube now. That's how good it is. Go and watch everything I said in how to study and come back here. I promise. Now, let's talk about studying. I need you to have a timetable or a routine of some sort. I only have a timetable during exams. Once I see my exam timetable, I work a timetable around that timetable. But prior to that, I have a little routine where after my classes, I have to sleep. I wake up at dinner time. Once I wake up, I know that I'm going to be awake in the night. I know that I'll be able to study, okay? Or if I come back, I have time. If I have just one class, or days when I don't have any class, I'm studying during the day. But studying must feature. And the time I've allotted to studying, nothing else is going to take that time. Nothing else is going to take that place. And it brings me to my next point, creating a balance. You guys asked me how I'm able to balance my social life and everything. Like, there's nothing to it, okay? If I say, Saturday, I'm going to be out on Saturday, I'm going to be having a blast, I'm going to keep myself somewhere, I'm going to go to a party. On the Friday before that, I make sure I'm caught up. Like, I make sure nothing is pending so that I can enjoy my Saturday without any silly guilt, anything like that. So before you have some fun as a student, you're not supposed to be having fun when you have pending notes, you have pending slides, you have slides that are going to meet you into next week. If you use your whole week not studying, use your weekend not studying, the next week is coming, you will add to it. So even if it's just 1 hour, you say, I'm going out to dinner, let me use 1 hour to study. I promise you're going to feel like a much better person. So yeah, some of you will be in the club having fun. At the back of your mind, you're thinking about that slide you haven't read, you're thinking about that assignment you haven't done. What's the point? Bringing me to my next point. Take your assignments, lab reports, anything that's free mark, take it. I had to add this one here because I jonesed this period. Even the courses I got an A on, I could have gotten so much higher, like score-wise, but I jonesed in my assignments. I used to wait to do my assignments because let me tell you, anything that's not a test or an exam that's going to give you mark is free mark. Assignments, they'll tell you an assignment is 20 marks. Do you know that's free? Like, you have the luxury to search whatever you want, to do it at your own convenience, at your own pace, do as much research as you need to. That's free 20 marks. I'm not going to jones with my assignment. Even lab reports, that shit is free marks. It doesn't require you to actually use your head and study. So I don't know why you and also me will not take it. Like, put your everything that you can into assignments and group work, projects, things that don't require you to take a test for, any kind of test for. I call those free marks, because when you think about it, it's actually free. I need you to start taking it very seriously, because a lot of marks can come from there that will boost you in exam. Because once you finish your CA, it's time to write exam. All you have left is the exam. And honestly, what you get on your CA, like your whatever they use for your CA, it will make, or it will really determine, because the exam could go so bad and you have nothing to hold it or keep it afloat or supplement that except your CA. So please take that shit so seriously, because you don't know how it's going to help you. You don't know how your exam is ever going to be. You don't know how your exam will be. You have no control over the questions, how they'll mark it, the answers, but you have control over your assignments, over your reports, over your projects and your group work. So take it very, very seriously. Like, just treat it like an exam, treat it like you would a test. Now, past questions are important. They're good, they're not necessary. I don't think I've ever relied on past questions since I came to this school. But past question is nice because it helps you understand maybe the style of questions the lecturer will set. The lecturer could also change, but some of you actually rely on past questions, and that beats me. Because if you watch my how to study video, there's a point you get to that you study that they'll say, oh, have you seen this guy's past questions? You don't want to know how he asks. There's a point you get to you study that you don't care how any question is asked. There's no how they will ask the question, that you will not be able to, like, past questions don't faze me. What do you mean, do I want to know his style? What if he changes the style? As long as I'm secure and I'm confident and I know that I studied this shit, like, I don't need anybody's past questions. Because if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. So stop relying or waiting, or you see somebody's past questions, you study only past questions. Why? Like, why? No. When we're talking exams proper, please, I need you guys to not commit exam malpractice. Don't scroll away. I honestly successfully, I haven't committed any kind of malpractice in this school since I came in here. When I came to this school, my eye opened. When they're coming with your question paper, they're coming with a malpractice form. Do you know how dumb it is to risk that? Like, you're scared that you won't get an A on the course, you're scared you won't get a B. So is it better you're caught and you fail the course automatically? They don't joke with, once you sign that malpractice form in my school, you fail the course, and then additional punishments will follow depending on what the disciplinary board decides on. But the fact that some of you come in with a phone, you know they will search. When they touch you, you start begging, you start crying. It beats me. At the beginning of the exam, they will beg you people, if you have anything implicating, if you have any device, remove it. You sit down with your own. When they catch you, they will start begging them. The time you took to write and cram and devise that skill to hide your malpractice equipment, you would have taken that time to study. And let me tell you, it's a lot better to get even an E on a course than for you to get caught, get an automatic F, and possibly a suspension. Like, it's not worth it at all. I always sit down in the front of my class during exam, or somewhere that nobody can talk to me. I think everybody already has an idea. I don't know if they think I'm stuck up, I'm snobby. I don't care. I don't care, because when they catch me now, your opinion of my snobbishness or my niceness will matter. Nobody even tries to ask me, and I don't ask anybody, because I promise you it's not worth it. Like, do what you can do. If they catch you, you start crying. That's what I don't get. Because for me, if you're going to commit malpractice, that means you're going there with a 50% chance you're going to succeed, 50% chance you're going to fail, and they will fail you. So when the other 50% works, why do you not start crying that they should forgive you? You didn't know before you went in there. And this is not even from a moral, like, high ground, because I don't know it all. But I've seen the consequence of malpractice, and I don't think it's worth anything. Don't try it. Time management. This is one thing that messes me up. I think I can count how many exams I've actually finished since I came to this school. I suck at time management. I want to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to be saying things like I do it perfectly. I ask anybody. I always finish last, like, most of the time. And it's not because I'm forming I know more. I really don't know how to manage my time. I'm going to talk about this more in the video after the next one in the exam series. How to answer questions. Your time management, you need to calculate. If they tell you you have 2 hours for an exam, essay questions, answer 4. To you, it's like you have 30 minutes for each question. You don't have 30 minutes for each question. Make it 20 minutes for each question. Once your 20 minutes are up for question 1, move to question 2. Once it's up for question 2, move to question 3. Whatever you have written so far is good, that when you're done 2020, right, the extra time you have, go back to question 1, go back to question 2, because time will be flying. You won't even know. You'll finish writing everything you know in question 1. You realize that 40 minutes have gone. You now start rushing through others. I promise you, you need to get a good time strategy, because it doesn't make sense that you know so much, and then because you don't know how to manage your time, you now fail. Like, it doesn't make, that's what usually happens to me. I don't fail, but like, it doesn't make any sense. The thing makes me so mad. So however you do it, do it. If you're a fast writer, I don't know, whatever you can do to make your time management better, please. It helps so much. On the topic of non-test and non-exam things, please, I need you guys to pay so much attention to extracurriculars that affect your academics. Not extracurriculars, but like stuff like your course registration, school fees. I know this may come up as insensitive because not everybody can afford to pay, but if you are, I see some really, really rich kids that don't, like, what they call trans, like, they don't care about their course reg, they don't care if their school fees, they don't care to keep all of that up to date. It doesn't make sense that you have read and then you can't take an exam because your course is not registered. Like, your course is not registered, you can't take the exam. Like, that's so daft. If they tell you something is compulsory for you to write an exam, please do it. Please. Like, you can't lose a good grade or miss out on something because they told you to do one silly little action that will not even take much from you, and you're forming, you don't have to. I don't think that makes sense. Like, please, I'm not trying to tell you things that might affect your overall performance that you may not even know. I take all that stuff so seriously now. Like, I don't waste time. I'm not tardy. I don't want anything that will hear, oh, you didn't do this, so you can't. No. Like, I'd rather you stab me in the foot, honestly. I'm really trying not to mention anything from my how to study video, but I need you to make use of the internet. Take advantage of your library, take advantage of the internet, YouTube, anything you can to acquire more knowledge. You guys asked me how I get my slides. My lecturer send us slides to our teams. So you go on your teams, you have a course, you open the course, you see your slides. But you can do that with textbooks. You can form your own notes, form your own slides. I don't rely on my lecturer's slides 1000%. I use a lot of YouTube and a lot of the internet in general. So I think you should also do that. Don't just stick to one thing, because lecturers can be funny. They can ask you something that's not in their notes, like where you're supposed to have gotten it from. I'm going to start doing that a lot more. It's something I didn't used to do a lot, but my lecturers are showing me pepper and showing me that they can ask you whatever they feel like asking you, as long as it relates to that course, whether it's in their slide or not. So just don't limit yourself. And I like to say, if people come to you for help, please help them, unless they're proving difficult, or unless you don't have the time, you're not forced. But if you have the time and the ability to teach somebody, please do. I promise you, it sticks. Like, whenever I teach somebody something or give somebody some kind of information, it sticks so much. Like, it sticks a lot. Because when you're teaching somebody, you're trying to break it down to the simplest form, and as you're breaking it down and repeating it, it's sticking in your own mind. So please, I need you to understand that you need to teach people, you need to help people in any way that you can. And finally, on my second to the last point, your classmates are not your enemies, okay? It's not a competition. This is university. It's not a competition. You're not coming for, there's no first position, okay? Maybe there's best grad. Well, that doesn't even matter in the real world. It is you versus the school, not you versus your peers. Don't be looking at, some of you are trying to be the best in your class. Some of you will have a good grade. In uni, you have a good grade, but you're like, somebody had a better score than you in uni. How does that affect your grade? Some of you will be making like, somebody will get higher than you and you'll be feeling bad, you'll be feeling like shit, like you need to do better. Please leave that playground nonsense. And that kind of mindset will make you not want to help other people succeed. Like, please don't become obsessed with being the best in the class. I know one girl in my class that I noticed, I'm not even capping, I'm not trying to brag. She's someone that whenever people in the class that are, popular, known for answering questions. When I say answering all the questions like out of their head, like myself. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer on top of my head. So I noticed that she started like feeling somehow about it. And now when a teacher asks the question, she doesn't even know the answer, but she would make sure she says something that doesn't exist with so much confidence too. And you see her face, she's like trying to prove that she knows. And she doesn't know. I don't know why. Like, it's not a competition. Sometimes I'll be talking and then she will come in like, no, it's this. And she's wrong, like dead wrong. And you can see, I'm not blind, I'm not stupid. Like, I know this girl very well. This girl is a continuous offender in my life. And you can see that she wants to feel among, like, she's doing it because she wants to also feel like the people that can answer questions. And you need to drop that mindset. Like, you need to drop that secondary school mindset. It's you versus the school. It's you and your classmates versus the school, not you versus your classmates. There's no competition, there's no first position. The last point, you have to pray. I don't like to talk about religion so much because different people come from different places, worship different things, or believe in different gods, but I think you also need to involve prayer because there's a higher power than you. A lot of people say, oh, if you don't study, God won't help you. I believe in one God. I believe in the God. But I don't need you to say heaven helps those who help themselves, or like people that don't even believe in any God are bagging is. I say prayer because, yes, in as much as reading is where it's at, studying is where it's at, there are some things that your brain cannot do for you. Like, you hear about people that their scripts get lost, people that the lecturer was angry and lecturer just gave the person a bad grade, or just funny stuff like that. That's where prayer comes in. We're not trying to say that prayer will make you pass or will write something that you didn't write in your script. You need prayer for after you've written, be sure of what you've written. You need to make sure that your script is marked justly, it's marked rightly, and gets to whoever it's supposed to, and gets to whoever it's supposed to get to, or to the system it's supposed to get to. Before they say your turn, the system failed, you marked incorrectly. Like, all those type of funny, weird stories. That's where prayer comes in. Prayer could come in softening the hearts of your lecturer. You'll come in anyway. So don't say you're too big for prayer or you're too smart for prayer. And I think that brings me to the end of this video. I hope I said something reasonable, because I felt like I was rambling at some point. But this is episode 2 of exam series. The next video is going to be a vlog, and the one after that might be something else. I don't know, but it's supposed to be a 7-part series. The one after that is how to answer questions in exam. Yes, especially for my medical students, I got you. Okay, so don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a comment. Help your girl watch all the ads, because it's not paper, it's not leaf that's maintaining this beauty. It's money, it's goodie. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out my other videos and also my cooking channel, Cooking with